Read peeps, welcome back to the Split City finale, part 2 of 3. In the last episode, we made this monstrously beautiful spaghetti. We're currently letting the traffic flow through, and in this episode, we're gonna be plopping some things here and there, as well as getting proper fancy with our Garbo solution. New looking at this, the traffic seems to have only worsened. Although we do have loads of people still using the hour passes, which I absolutely love. Look how chock-a-block that is. Why is our gun doing there? Chucking a you ain't gun up. Just do your right turn, man. Well, it's not for me to fathom out the mind of a sim. What I do want to see is the absolute extent of this traffic. It's backing up to here. It's almost causing... it is causing tailbacks onto the bloody slip roads. And why is that? Yous are all trying to get round to turn right, which fair enough, you have to take the roundabout to turn right here. So yous can gun up here and continue over the Langdon Lane Bridge, which I've stopped yous doing. Well, obviously I didn't stop them doing it, I just thought I did. And the roundabout being chock-a-block is causing this bit of backup to happen, which it isn't too bad actually. I can deal with that. How's the new one-way street coming along? Traffic is flying. I'm loving that. You know what? In that case, I think the solution to our problem here is to edit this road here and delete that way. Simple as that. Now, I did delete the wrong road, so let's flip the direction on this bad lad. Now, everything's tickety-boo. But now, genuinely, that should stop. Well, it will stop all of this traffic from trying to get up and out of the Langdon Lane Bridge by turning right there. Realistically, all that's going to do is entice people out of the hour pass to go all the way up here. Start clogging up the right turn lane hour here. Ooh, was that a bit of flooding I saw? We've got a little bit of flooding going on here. Let's just give these two a one-page up. I've just removed this crossing here to allow the cars to get at least a bit further around before they're stopped by a crossing. But to be nice to the pedestrians, I'll connect them in hour here. And look at that, we got a pedestrian using it already to get around. That is perfect. Well, maybe not, because it's just going to make this even more heavily trafficked. Look at that, we're already getting despawned traffic because the traffic's that bad here. What's the priorities? I think we need to do a priority switch. Right turn is priority. This bit of the ring road is a yield job. And here, I guess we'll see how that all checks out. After we do a little bit of shenanigans on the grafter split. Ooh, big crash. No, didn't be starting a forest fire here. I didn't want on-fire cars all over me forest. That is a massive crash. How did he get over both sides? I put the bloody sound barriers up for this exact reason. Well, it's a good thing we got 3 lanes so people can just get around it, innit? Enough worrying about the crash. Let's check on our garbage. Ooh, we're under our processing speed. That is canny mint, and we're magicked up 2 more vehicles somehow here. But how we're doing at the actual land heap? We're only 15 hour processing speed. That's not too bad, that. We even got a little bit of storage to go. Just don't mind that there's heaps of garbage piling up everywhere still. The reason why the grafter split is to check on a few things. I'd say, by the looks of things, we need 5 more road maintenance vans on the crack. So let's get them on. Now we've got 5 more vans. And while we're here, I feel like I should show a little bit of love to the park maintenance depot. Their extra vehicles require extra space, so that's not happening. What about we supply storage? That's an add-on. Get that added on. Ooh, we should be checking my buses like. We've got plenty. We don't need to upgrade this with an extra bloody garage or anything like that. But how are our lines coming along? See, with Denham line, could do with another bus. With Bargnet line, I'm gonna leave as 2 buses though. Just let it chill. Although I see we're creeping up on the grafters line. In this episode, we're going to be adding a lot more hooses in. So let's get both of these up to 5. With all of our necessary upgrades complete, it's time to have some fun. This bit of green ground has annoyed me for so very long. And we're going to do something about it. Right here, right now. With the help of the Find It mod. In this little vehicle sub-tab here. Because I'm thinking, what better lawn ornament for the motorway than a big old cargo plane. Ooh, it fits and all. A cargo plane there would look mint. Alright, can we squeeze an airliner in as well? I mean, we could, but then it starts looking more like a plane scrapyard than a bloody display showcase. Will you hold up? We're backing up the slip roads. Oh, no. We've only just started doing it, though, because this little intersection here will back up. Like nobody's business. Oh, and we're clearing up the gore slip roads. That was probably just left over from the accident, man, earlier on. Been now to worry about. We can get back to plopping planes down. Ooh, now, now this could go here. Yes. Oh, even better, even better. Right, this is happening. This is absolutely happening. I want this plane. Stretching the gap. Oh, I'm going to have to get the big plane for that, though. This plane isn't big enough. Alright, airliner prop. You, my friend, are getting plopped on right there. Now, the height of the wings and the tail and everything is not a matter. You can get past it. Ooh, I do need to shift it a little bit, though. We've got a bit of a floating wheel situation. There we go. We've got all of the wheels on solid ground. And like I was saying earlier, the clearance on all of the wings and everything is not a matter, even when it comes over the top of the emergency U-turn here. I absolutely love that. It's mint. I love there's a plane just not going to put on the bloody slip roads. Now, it does mean we're going to have to shift this somehow, like, but I saw when I was in here. The space rocket prop. We have to have this. But the only thing I want to do with this is have it floating in the air. So let's have a look at our prop section here. Let's see, do we have any supports? Looks like the only supports we've got are for ventilation ducts. Ooh, I was just searching for pillar. The Golden Gate Bridge support pillar. That is tiny. Look at that little thing. I kind of put a rocket on that. Oh, it's a pillar spotlight. Is there a Golden Gate one in here? Right, I'm going to have to type golden, aren't I? Golden Gate Bridge pillar with custom lighting. Ooh, where's this bad lad? Whoa, that's where this bad lad is. How about we sink that into the ground a little bit? Just a real casual 74 meters, you know? Because that makes this top bit here. Oh, that actually looks so perfect. I might need to move it down slightly. But that's now the move it mod can't do. Look at that. We got paths going straight up now. I suppose now the only thing left to do is put a space rocket on top of it, I suppose. Plop it down. And how... I was about to say how far off was that because of the perspective thing, but that was quite far off. And it's probably too far down and all. Well, let's bring it out and check. Yeah, just a bit on the too far down side. Once again, note, a little bit of move-up mod won't sort out. And let's get this spot on here. One more down. Perfect. Alright, now let's get this perfectly centered. We've got that little bit in the middle to sort of aim off. So if we do a little one of them. Are we in? Are we proper centered up in that? I think we are. Look at that. For a bit of decoration while you're going to your industrial estate. The only slight issue with that is the whole collision with the cargo jet. And looking at our crematoriums here, we do not need any more hearses on the crack. We're big chillin'. Therefore, Mr. Big Cargo Aeroplane, would you mind hanging about around here? Now that looks schmickaroo. Let's have a deeks. Ah, the wheels are on land. The nose doesn't poke out over the road. Plenty of clearance because the road dips underground behind it. Oh, I didn't see that. It's only went and clobbered itself right in the side of the bloody crematorium, hasn't it? Right, let's do some mild tweaking. Alright, now that looks tickety-boo. Our nose isn't sticking onto the road. That's spot on. Our wingtips there, off the road. The back of this... I thought that was high enough. You know what? I can fix that. Let's mod this up until it's not colliding with the bloody crematorium anymore. And then to fix that gap we've got there, let's get ourselves a little bit of cargo train action. Oh, please say that's tall enough. Oh, it just isn't tall enough. That is knee good, that leg. I really wanted to have the plane on the train. Are you telling me this game's got knee pedestals? But that's not a little bit of pillar action won't sort out. And there we have it. Our perfectly pillared up plane. Right next to the Fancy Pants Hotel. Might give people a reason to come stay here, I know. I do love that, like. You have to drive under it to get into the tunnels. But now that we found the cargo plane at home next to the big cargo harbour, let's go back out to our Golden Gate rocket ship and add some off-plane decorations in here. Because we have a nice tidy bit of space for a tiny little regional aircraft. Or two. Why, I like that, like. I just like the idea that you're driving underneath a little plane wing there when you're going under it. Hang on, is this all Golden Gate stuff? I didn't realise it had all this stuff all the way around it, like. Well, I guess we get some spotlights on the regional jets. Alright, so we've plopped all the planes in. Now, we just need to think about getting some helicopters. What about a passenger helicopter? That could go in here. Right, that's gone in here. It's taken off. It's actually taken off! Didn't take off. You need to stay there. But if you're going to stay there and spin your rotors, that is ideal. That's actually better than I could have ever hoped. Why is there a bus on the side of it? I suppose it's advertising the Grafters bus service, innit? And hang about, what on earth is going on up here? That is a predicament to be in right there. The copper's sitting there like, I don't know what to do at this point. Helicopters? Aye mate, you might have your first job as a little tour helicopter soon. And I've been thinking, Reed, surely we can slap on another office or two here. Ah, look at that. We even have some natural zoning. But I won't be using that. Especially when I could just snap my own little office on here, not interfering with anything at all. That is actually such a perfect fit with the rounded building. I love squeezing things into this map. Speaking of squeezing things, I wonder if I could squeeze a little roundabout in here. That would be a positive. Look at that. Perfect little roundabout. Not getting in anybody's way and tidy access into the bin chute. Alright, now we've still got a bit of green space. Like, I think we could get a tidy little firefighting helicopter up here. That could look pretty mad right in front of the Golden Gate sign. And then if we do that, we're going to have to get a medical one as well, aren't we? And you know what? I want the medical one right there. Just hanging out on the side of the slip roads. Because I want to plop 3 of these bad lads all the way back there next to the bus stop. So now we've got proper helicopters knocking about. But it's not all about the helicopters. We've got bloody freight trains we need to be popping in. It is the all-important freight line, after all. I want to make a proper tidy little train that goes all the way along the side of this bit of slip road here. If for no other reason whatsoever, then it is an absolute blast to shut yourself because you think there's a train coming at your face! Oh, there's traffic. Oh, no, it's not. It's the new bloody peeps fixing the road. I just want to have a look at all of this lovely little decoration we've got going on. And I suppose, since we're sitting behind these peeps, we can have a proper look. Oh, I didn't check where old mate was going after this. See you later, planes! Can see the rocket, though, before we dive underground. No, I don't think I've ever been under this tunnel here. It's just a quick tunnel underneath the farms. And then you're fully out of Split City. And I will say, what a view of the Grafters Split like. As we zoom away in our muscle car. And thanks to the sound barriers we put up, all of these grafters coming to and from work didn't have to worry about cars crashing into them. Oh no, they do, that's right. We discovered that this episode, they don't have to hear the cars that are about to come plummeting through their skulls. There's a lot of grafters like. They've all gone neatly underground. And any Richies come flying past the bloody train. All pristine as well, that's how you know it's a proper showpiece. And then you're going, ooh, what's that? Oh, there's a rocket about to be launched. And then you're like, ooh, helicopters. I might charter a helicopter in next time. Save me the hassle of all of this traffic, yeah? And if an army house is burning down, there's no fire helicopters to save us, because that's just a prop. And I do need to go up a bit to appreciate the rest of this here. I love it. I love me props. I do love this angle though, because it looks like the train's about to come get you until you realise it's just hanging about on a bit of dirt. Now to worry about you now. With all of those decorations in, we've officially decorated the Grafters Split. Now it's time to turn our attention back to the living split and do a bit of decorating over here. I'm sure if I decorate long enough, all of these warnings will disappear. I can't even use traffic as an excuse. There's no traffic on the M2! Historic moment, like. There's no traffic on the M2. This is wild. Are we doing our route up here? I love all the pedestrians. There's so many of them. But we're looking our route over here. We've got a fleet of cargo trucks coming to take some of our woes away. 3 up the top, 1 down the bottom. That's the way I like it. Look at that, the cargo trucks even split at the next split. This is working beautifully, like. That one way actually looks to have just fixed the traffic. We've got no traffic over here in Evergreen Swamp. The priority change up the top looks to have done the trick. We are absolutely tickety-boo. Little bit of traffic around the crossing, but we knew that was going to happen with our new fancy path that we added. It's a busy number. My main concern with doing that was this pedestrianised area, aka the French Quarter, but that seems to be doing tickety-boo. Absolutely no problems over here. Not a lick of traffic, especially because now you're into a one-way system. You have to go around. So there's not going to be any traffic. You just get to... Look at that, we got a caravan getting towed through the French Quarter. It must be a bloody hectic drive. Or are you after a pint at the church inn? No, I was just after a hectic drive down the French Quarter here. But our traffic is tickety-boo. Absolutely tickety-boo. That is brilliant. There shouldn't be any traffic in Evergreen Swamp. Well, you know what? I should stop saying that. Because it's a low-density area is how I was going to finish that sentence. But it really can't be called a low-density area anymore, can it? If anything, Evergreen Swamp has become the high-density area. Complete flippity-flop. But anywho, we're not here to gush about with lovely traffic, or lack thereof. We're here to pop some more decorations down. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Ooh, there's multiple ones. Cargo ship? Hang on, does this have cargo on it? No, it does not. What about the large cargo ship? Negative, but it is. Oh, quite large. The passenger ship's going to be massive as well, isn't it? Yeah, that's quite large too. Alright, so cargo ship prop looks to be the only one that's small enough to maybe fit, yes, in here. Plop. Alright, now picture this. You're a pedestrian. You're like, ooh, why is there a split in the ship? Yes. The old sunken ship. The things are still turning on it now. But it goes underneath our old key bridge here. So you can stand on the bridge and you can be above the ship. Now this is definitely where the urban explorers just hop off and start exploring this abandoned, sunken cargo ship like. You've got to give your population something to do, you know? Now, I will say I was hoping to pop a ship on here, but I've just used the cargo ship prop. I don't want to use that again. Passenger ship is a tad large. Large cargo ship, nah, is even bigger. But what if we raise it up 30 meters into the sky? Or it doesn't need to be that high, like, let's bring it down a wee bit. So it's definitely not clipping into the old triangle buildings. My next concern is, yes, the hull doing the bottom here. So let's raise it up again until it's clearing, which it is. And just for sanity's sake, we're still not clipping in to the old triangle hoose. Happy days. I do love that everything's just spinning around. Oh, the propeller's spinning! Oh, good. The props aren't spinning. That's a relief. I was just testing out to see if I could put the passenger ship here. Negative. It is even bigger than the large cargo ship. Which does give me an idea. We'll have to get back to that though. For now, I need to figure out some sort of support for this floating ship here. Not quite. We're back at the Golden Gate territory again. Could I support it on a 3-star country hotel? Maybe. But I'd have to get the balance point just right, and honestly, it's probably all the way back here, and it's technically outside the city limits, so I won't be plopping it down. You know what, actually? These subway piers, they look alright. And even come with proper pillars to put in them. There you have it. Fully supported, large cargo ship. The pedestrians absolutely love walking underneath it, as you can see, or observing it from the bridge. And I have been wanting to do something like this ever since I plopped the bloody dockyard down here. You can't have a dockyard without a big ship in the background and a sunken ship next to it. Now there is one more ship that we have near plopped in, and we're certainly one. I want to see if I can get a Broon one like the cargo ship that we had. Let's see. Broon ship, any Broon ships coming my way? I see a black ship, I see a green, a grey, a red, a blue, just no Broon ship. Can't believe all of these ships and there's not one Broon one. I ended up getting with a red one, which will become apparent in the next scene. Oh, by the way, that ship's in a tornado. Because when you decided to visit Split City so you could visit the sunken cargo ship and the dockyard ship all pillared up, what you didn't realise is that once you actually got down and through there into the fabled Triangle Estate to have a look at the beautiful hedge path, you actually get around to looking up and seeing, oh, what is that up in the sky? How did that happen? And how are these buildings still standing? Well, I'll answer the latter first. The buildings are still standing because of the superior triangular shape. And the reason there's a ship on top of them is because it fell from a tornado. I wonder if you're part of this throng here, you just do it every day. Like maybe the first time, but after that, do you ever look up and have a look at the ship? Or do you just crack on with your journey gun and down to the ground level so you can have a play in the park? But yeah, now peeps, how do you like me bit ship on the buildings? I think it fits bloody perfectly. And it's a good thing there's some short buildings, otherwise they would have been knocked down, because they're not as structurally sound as the big old triangle buildings. And the only downside the Sims that live in these buildings see is that there's no helipad on the roof. And that's also a law reason why there's heaps and heaps of waiting for ambulances here. Everyone's got shock from having a ship land on top of the hoosing estate. But we're standing atop a ship, now giving you, hands down, the best views of Split City around. There's a huge call for more hoosing. And there's only one place left in Split City where we can build those brand new hoosing estates. And that is in Terrace Hills. So why didn't we heed our Terrace Hills? More specifically, right here, because we have what I would like to class as some prime real estate going on alongside Poplar Street here. And this was the first spot to actually pique my interest because it's got all of these mad little paths across it. And it's got these two houses. Two naturally zoned houses. And as you can no doubt see by the complete misalignment that's going on there, these two houses have survived any amounts of road rejigs. Whereas all the other houses around them, there used to be houses going all the way along here. They all got despawned. And speaking of houses despawning, ye old mate are a tad too large and you're gonna end up blocking some of our future development. So downsize, will you? And while old mate's moving out and downsizing, why don't we go over here? Don't worry about it just yet. David, worry about it just yet. We're just gonna make these fellas here completely rezone. I mean, you can keep your houses, you just need to have smaller back gardens. And look, not everyone's having to rebuild. Some of these clever feckers already knew what was coming. But anywho, with that prep out the way, we should have a nice downsized house copping along here. And we've got one last thing that the developers need to get done before they start plopping loads of houses in, and that's shifting this bridge hour just a smidge alongside this little low-density Japanese house. Now that looks nice and tidy there. And it also has the added benefit of allowing me to plop some semi-detached UK housing down. Because this is a bona fide new build housing estate here. Every single housing estate I'm about to build is going to be certified new build estate. And I'll let you decide what that means. And we will be sprinkling in the odd fancy pants, fully detached house with garage. That is incredibly rare. Ye nah, you're living in the fancy back garden estate there. Well, now that we've got this mess of houses plopped down, we need to slap some roads in so nobody whinges. Oh, and of course, the mod didn't load this one time. Right, we click Road Builder, and then we go for a big scroll until we find two-way small pedestrian street. We're going to whip out a wee stub there, and then as not to upset our new build Japanese property, we're going to go ahead and squeeze a street round the back here. Now, everybody's happy. Well, everybody that matters anyway. But I suppose if we want to collect all the tax revenue, we should deal with these plebs as well. So why don't we just slap a cul-de-sac on and everyone can be happy. I said, and everyone can be happy. There we go. Now, everybody's got access to everything they need access. I love this mad little housing estate. And yes, this property does go all the way to there. It's just got a lot of garden. Imagine having like a big slice of garden there, but it's surrounded by this proper packed in housing estate here. It's literally a cul-de-sac with 10 houses on it. But of course we need to ensure there's no traffic lights and no dodgy little bonus crossings anywhere. Well, with one beautiful new build housing estate out the way, why don't we scoot to the other side of these naturally zoned buildings and plonk loads of houses in here. So I'm starting with one row of houses, properly backed up to the path there, and yes, we're going to have to do a little bit of deleting, but that's no concern of mine. The house is worth the same anyway because this is a 3 wide plot, you see. You don't get as much back garden, but you get slightly more side garden. Same goes for over here because it's a bit of a pillar in your garden. So as compensation for that, you get a bit of a wider garden. And now we just have the very simple task of popping a road in front of all of these houses here. Oh, a little something like that. Look at that, we got someone moved in already. Park the hatchback on the extra wide bit of garden. These Pt.2 wide houses, they cannot park a car on the side there. They have to find parking elsewhere, aka underground. That's where these plebes are gonna have to park. Which is fine by me, because I don't want any more traffic on these roads. Don't worry, we'll be sorting this bit of traffic here out very shortly. And so now my mission is, as any new development, to cram as many houses into this little triangle here as possible. And the way we're going to do that is by squeezing these all the way up to where the house hits the bath there. And if people think they're getting a full square garden, they're bloody having a giraffe, aren't they? Let me place the rest of these houses and I'll show you what I mean by that. There we go. I am very happy with that little bit of housing estate there. And I was going to show this house as an example, but I think the most egregious version I've got is this one here. Look at this garden. It is properly out of the path and even peeking onto the emergency services lane. So the way we're going to sort that out is with a better bulldozer tool, we start knocking bricks and garden ornaments away until we're not encroaching on public space anymore. And then we whip out a bit of Control P and start plopping walls down. And there we have it. We've got a tiny little cut-off 45-degree garden. But it's alright because you decided to build a conservatory in your entire garden. See, now anywhere like that where we're sticking over the road, a little bit here, a little bit here, and a little bit of clean up over here, I'm gonna, well, clean it up. I know, what do you think of me custom back gardens properly lining up with all of the paths, including tiny little roundabout cut-offs and then more excessive little road cut-offs. I am absolutely loving this, like. The view from whatever house I'm in now has just gotten a lot better. I forgot about the ship! Oh, the ship on top of the triangle estate. Oh, and that bin waggon's just made us wonder. How's me bin situation coming along? A lot of garbage piling up over here. Some garbage piling up over here. And the triangle estate looks like it's mostly... Oh no, this building here has got all three warnings. Garbage, ambos and hearses. Right, we need to actually have a look at our garbage situation. Oh, the only issue is... I didn't think we could actually do anything about it. These are doing alright. All the vehicles out. The tip, you're now looking after all three. You're absolutely rammed on your processing speed. And for some reason only have 4 garbo trucks out. Maybe we just have so much recycling that there's no real need for a landfill anymore. Hot Emmy garbage processing status is officially down below what it needs to be. So this is never going to get any better. We need to make some tough decisions. I want to pop another recycling centre down, but you can see by the footprint here, it is huge. Now the Japanese recycling centre is a little bit smaller, as you can see, but there's no upgrades for extra garbo trucks, and we desperately need all the garbo trucks we can get. So we're stuck with this big laddie. And the tough decision I was saying is, what are we going to delete to fit this in? Because we have no room for this. It won't fit there, it's outside city limits. It won't even fit in here because it's outside city limits, instructing with the harbour and with all of these. Now, as much as I'd love to, we can't downsize the solar farm, so that has to stay, taking up the majority of the grafters split here. And even if I wanted to rip up some farmland and put some recycling centres down, this isn't the split of the grafters split where we pollute. It's all clean over here. It's over here where we pollute. Ooh. Could work, you know. I was just saying we didn't need the garbage tip anymore. Well, I can safely say it definitely will not fit where the garbage tip is currently sitting. What about if we spin it 90 degrees? Because I've had a mad idea. It's too perfect. It is absolutely too perfect. It has to go there. Right, in that case, ye old grafters landfill, it's been the entire series. And I'm sad to see you go, but it is time to say bye-bye to the garbage pile. Everybody loved that. And I mean, the garbage pile is still there. Oh no, it isn't. I thought it was still there. It must have flattened itself out. Look at this big green bit of space here. We haven't seen anything like this in Grafter Split for quite some time, like. But yeah, now we are really down on our recycling now. And we are going to have to do some crazy things, like delete this bit of the expressway, this bit of the expressway, and that bit of the expressway. And now all I need to do is squeeze this in as far up in that corner as humanly possible. There we go. That's it in. I didn't destroy these factories. There is enough room for a road in there. Oh, this is perfect. And yeah, look, sorry industry, you're just going to have to sort of rebuild as slightly smaller units. I'll give you a 3% tax break for 3 months, so it'll be well worth it. Right, first things first, get the extra garbage trucks on there. And that will have to do because I cannot fit any more expansions around here unless I be cheeky and put it in the mine. Let's have a look. What operating districts do we have here? All 3. Perfect. That means this recycling centre is purely looking after the living split there. Now, I want to introduce roads into here without completely breaking everything. So I am not going to connect it up to here. It is rather necessary. I can see we don't actually need a road access here, which might be bloody perfect. So for now, let me get up the back of these factories here. All the way up. Oh, how we stop connecting on there. I don't have the best angle here, but all the way up the back. Hopefully not disrupting any zoning. I'm not. And I should be able to very simply just connect on like that. Ah, that's fit! That is... Yes! I actually didn't think I was going to be able to fit another recycling centre in here, but I have. I've actually fit it in. I do need to connect this bit of road up, which is, unfortunately, across a bloody gap. But we can sort that out, don't worry. Let me connect back into the corner here. Keep it casual with 180 degrees straight ahead. And there we're gone. Easy peasy access run. And now we've got our new recycling centre on recycled lane here. The only thing we need today, reconnect the expressway, and the thing I was getting buzzing about is because we don't need a road here, I can actually connect the expressway back where it was, essentially back where it was. Not quite, about a metre over. So let me start right at the back here. We need to get up a height 5 whole metres before we get to there. That looks canny. Oh, bit of zoning issues. We'll quickly sort that out. Hang on, I'll pause it for now. And then for the rest of this, it's just a simple straight ahead. There we go. I see your problem, and there's an easy way to fix that. We turn this last bit into a bridge. That usually fixes it. Do I have to shift the whole road over a bit? Yeah, do look at that. It's about to get even worse as well, because this last bit's actually supposed to be an asymmetric road. So when I upgrade it, we're going to lose the zoning again. Oh, well, that'll help, won't it? These are all the wrong way around. You get shifted down to there. Oh, there's some proper dodgy bits of road going on here. Right, I'm redoing it. I managed to get this bit of zoning back by dragging the curb all the way out. And I actually have no idea why you're kicking off, pal. This is just some absolute bullshittery from what I can see here. So, Control P, get replopped. And now, I can resume the game. Oh, traffic. Oh, no, it's not. We've got traffic lights. Be gone, traffic lights, and extra crossings. No need for you. Ah, well, no. Woo, like. I didn't realise we got a whole new levitating bloody garbo truck on our recycling centre. Why is this all rubble? Is this supposed to be rubble? Oh, this is probably just the piles of recycling in it. Right, so are ye gonna levitate straight onto the motorway there? Yeah! I'm not gonna whinge. Especially if you turn right and you're going straight out the grafter split to the living split there. Now there are some mild adjustments I want to make. Let's do it while old mate's climbing up. I want to shift this laddie over slightly. Just a wee bit. So it's not over the line there. And I would like to check and see that our trucks have got enough height clearance. But if they didn't care about it, why would I? Oh, the copper car comes up and well, let's straighten this out. This should all be right along the back of these factories here. And there we have the Gore Expressway right above the recycled lane that these vehicles aren't even using. They're just using the expressway to get to the bloody recycling centre anyway. This is where it's make or break here, peeps. We're in the green! We've got enough garbage processing capacity. That is brilliant. And look, we've got a garbo truck coming back! Oh, bloody love it. As long as he doesn't do a dodgy little U-turn. You're not going to do any dodgy U-turns, are you? Do I need to put a U-turn on this bit of expressway now? That is the question, innit? Or do you belong to old mate round the corner here? I suppose we'll find out soon when he either pulls in or does no pull in. Where you coming from and where you going, pal? Are you going in? He's got it in, no to matter. Alright, now I am curious which way our trucks are getting back. Coming off the gore slip roads, going around, doing in the back. It's not the worst, it's better than doing a dodgy U-turn right here. But I would like to entice them to be able to just use an earlier exit and get straight up, be a bit more efficient. So why didn't I say about whipping out a real casual one lane highway here, and I should be able to do it like here and just go over the top of this path a little bit. Yeah, that should do. Alright, this is where things are going to get crazy. We're going to start here and try, yes, to connect onto this bit of road here. And it's going to be like a dodgy little U-turn. I can't do it continuous, unfortunately. But I reckon I can come up with something. Something that needs tidying up. And there we have a Gore Yui. The second one. Obviously, we've got our original Gore Yui with the plane in the middle of it. Oh, the plane! Yeah, you know, we can't quite beat the OG Gore Yui. But we do have, thankfully, a whole second Gore Yui on the gang. Yeah, I love that. That is absolutely grand. And we do have it all prioritised correctly. If I jump on the priorities tool, you can see the Yui's given way. Or should I do the opposite? I think the Gore Yui's got priority, yeah, you know. You're yielding, and you've got priority to flip straight round, even though that would be backward for safety's sake, because, well, big steep curve here versus nice chill curve. But the U-turn should genuinely only be used by the garbage trucks to get back onto the expressway to then float down into the recycling centre. I was going to say so they can turn, but no, they'll just float through and get in there. Otherwise, they could just come down here, turn right, come back around, go up the intended route. What if they're using the Yui? They're not, because I've clicked the line. Oh, they might be using the Yui. They're using the Yui! Hood off! Speed 3! Let's get some Garbo trucks using the Yui action! And just as that one comes around, why didn't we do a real casual speedy up bit all the way back? I mean, this is a dodgy little angle, like, all you can really see is the back of the Garbo truck and the sides of the motorways. But hey, if that's not all part of the fun out of it now, what is? Watching the city zoom closer towards you and see exactly how bad the traffic is once we get there. Well, the traffic, of course, is absolutely now to matter because we're our bloody Terrace Hills. There's no traffic in Terrace Hills thanks to that big fancy underground car park. And that, peeps, brings the penultimate finale to a close. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and remember to tune back tomorrow for the Split City finale. Toodle pip!